So, if you're trying to run a successful law firm, one of the critical areas is getting the right amount of financial data. So, here are 6 reports that you should be looking at on a regular basis. Well, depending on what type of business or what type of law firm, maybe 5 are applicable in the sixth, and I'll explain why. The first one is going to be your profit and loss statement. That's going to tell you how much money are your customers paying you versus how much of that money are you actually keeping in your profit. So, money in, money out in expenses, the net number is going to be what is your profitability. Now, the balance sheet is going to tell you what you own versus what you owe. So it's going to look at things like if you own a building or if you own some physical assets or the business owns a vehicle. And then it's going to look at what you owe, like your debt, your credit cards, and any type of loans that you have. And what's going to be the net impact is what is your equity in this business? The third thing is going to be your cash flow statement. Now, what the cash flow statement is going to do is it's going to tell you where is your cash going? Because a common question that a lot of law firm owners have is they look at their profit and loss and they say, hey, it looks like we made a lot of money this year. But then when they look at their bank account, they're like, where did that money go? And the cash flow statement helps us understand that. Now, if you're watching the cash flow statement on a regular basis, what that will help us understand and help us proactively do is make sure you don't get to the end of the year and you are surprised that your cash balance is so low. Now, another area is going to be your revenue by case type. Now, a lot of firms are working on multiple different types of case types. Like all of your cases may be in a specific practice area. Like you may be doing practicing family law, but within family law, there are different types of cases that you're doing or whatever, type of practice you have. You want to be looking at that because you want to understand what types of cases are bringing in more money. Like where are we being more successful at attracting new clients? That becomes a very, very important thing to watch. And then another area you want to look at is your accounts receivable. See, accounts receivable are going to tell you what customers still owe you money. Now, it always baffles me the number of law firms that have pretty decent size accounts receivable balances, but they don't have a process for going out and collecting the payments. Like they don't have a process to follow up with the people who still owe them money. Because the thing is, you've already done the hard work. Like you did your part and that person should be paying you. And sometimes it just requires a follow up. Maybe they lost the invoice or maybe they need a reminder. But if you're looking at the accounts receivable report, you can see who owes you so you know who do we need to follow up with. And then the last one, and the reason why I say this one depends on what type of, law firm or what type of law practice you have is your trust account reconciliation. You want to know that a three-way match is being done if trust accounting is applicable to your firm. Now, what I often find is most firms are unaware that the accountant that they may be working with really isn't doing the trust account reconciliation. So you want to know that that is being done and you want to know that it is being properly supported. Because if it is not, that could mean a lot of trouble for you and your firm. And that's something that you don't want to be distracted from. I mean, because that process should be handled by your bookkeeper. And if there are some issues, they should be bringing it to your attention so you're not finding out on the back end.